fantastic day in the world. And why is it fantastic, you might ask? Because you're alive. Yes. You could have not woken up today. You could have just been one of the thousands, if not millions, of people who don't get blessed with life today. And you just have to be knowledgeable and thankful for that all day, every day. Shout out to you on YouTube as well. You know that we repost these on YouTube. So I just want to thank you and thank you for being here. So we're talking today about XRP. We're talking today about the US stock market as well. I'm going to open up a couple of my charts as I talk to you. How was your weekend though? Jump in the chat and let us know. You can of course jump in the chat here on Twitch, and I might give away some Bitcoin too. I might give away some Bitcoin today. Should I give you some Bitcoin? I give away Bitcoin here on Twitch and on Clubhouse to you, actually just on Twitch, to any of you who are subscribers. So if you subscribe, you have the chance to win. We've given it away before, and we're just doing it again. So I'm looking here on actually on Coin Market Cap. Ooh, that's a bit of a dive XRP has taken. 20% down today, but it's up 40% for the last week. And that right there is not shocking or surprising. I'm going to share my screen with all of you here on the big old Twitch. Hello, Twitch. Okay, so we're going to share the screen here because I'm seeing XRP take a dive. And I also want to talk to you. It's funny they put Wall Street bets up here. That actually threw me off looking at it. So XRP, you see it's at 38 cents here as of the time of recording, as the time of talking to you live here on Twitch and on Clubhouse. And why is that relevant? Why is that salient? Why are you talking to me about XRP? Well, the thing you need to know about XRP is that there's a lot happening with it. First and foremost, it's been one of the top cryptocurrencies since I've been in the space for the last 5 years. You have a lot of people who are in the space who aren't fans of XRP because it's not decentralized. Ripple, the company that started XRP, largely owns and holds many XRP tokens. So the reason why I gravitated towards XRP, now I have a pretty sizable position in XRP, and it's because it follows many of the rules that I teach you in my trading course. If you want to join my trading course, let me just put it in the chat right now. You can sign up for it now. You can join us and you can learn the markets at yourbitcoinnow.com. So hello to you. If you're in the chat, just jump in the chat and say hello. So yeah, yourbitcoinnow.com is the website where you can go and pick up this course. So I can teach you exactly what I know and teach you how to move in the markets on your own. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. Look at that. How am I? Oh, I'm showing all of that. Yeah, didn't want to show that. Normally that's in a different, let's see, I'm gonna put that in a different window, showing you my Twitch back office there. I'm sure I'm not the first. So yeah, so just, talking again about everything going on with, look, I'm just see that I'm talking there. About everything going on with, there we go. You gotta love that. We're learning and we're earning here on the big old Twitch and the big old Clubhouse. So XRP I was talking to you about, and the reason why is because there's a lot going on with it right now. And when I picked up my position back in June of 2020, when you were on there, it was very obvious that it had room to run, right? It's one of the rules I teach you in my Pickens method in my course. Grab my course now. And it did many other things. One was in the news because you saw Brad Garlinghouse, who runs Ripple, who owns large portion of the XRP token. He was on CNBC. And I just was like, wow, I mean, there's so many tokens and people in crypto who you never see. You don't even know what they look like. I mean, Bitcoin was started by somebody who you've never seen before, right? So when you see somebody out there pushing their progress, pushing their token, pushing their company in this space, that to me is very bullish because it just shows that there's a certain seriousness there that you see tend to lack in the overall cryptocurrency market. So I looked at that news and I was like, oh, okay. I saw XRP in the news. on CNBC through their CEO of Ripple. And then I went and looked at the chart, and I saw a lot of room to run. I've been bullish on crypto, especially once you've seen everything that happened in 2020. I was like, okay, well, the world's upside down, which means, and we're printing a lot of money in America, and you see it's happening all around the world. It's happening in your country if you're not in America. And what that means is, down with fiat currency, meaning it's going to be bearish for fiat currency. And it's going to be very bullish for assets, real estate, stocks, precious metals, and cryptocurrency. And that's why I said, okay, I'm going to take an XRP position. And that was starting at 20 cents. And since then, the thing has just skyrocketed. My exit has been 78 cents. It's something I've been calling out on social media. So if you've seen that, congrats to you. I was picking it up along the way too. So at 20, I made a position. I believe I picked up another position around 50 cents, a couple at 60 cents, 66 cents, around that area. Just waiting for the 78 cents exit. And you may be saying, Ooch, why do you know it's 78 cents? Well, again, I teach you this in my course. There's a resistance level there on the Fibonacci. And that's why I said, okay, we're going to rock and roll and take this 4x, no pun intended, this 4x, there you go, 4 times 400% return in what you see in XRP. So smooth sailing. Bitcoin is super bullish to end the year 2020. Amazing. And Christmas week, what happens? You see XRP in the news. Now, Ripple was trending worldwide on Twitter, #1 trending worldwide. And when you saw that, and you were me, I was on a business trip in Arizona, and I just said, okay, when you're trending on Twitter, #1, it's either really good or, it's really bad. So I clicked Ripple, and it said that the SEC was investigating them. And that was just heartbreaking, because it's like, oh, why? You saw the thing tank. It went down from about 66 cents down to 45, 50 cents from there. Huge loss. And then over the course of the week, it just continued to go down, down, down. And it went all the way down to 17 cents at one point later that week. So a precipitous decline you saw in XRP. And it was just like, man, okay, well, where do you go from here? I put it out there a lot, XRP, in terms of a great pickup, and just given all of the fundamentals and in my Pickens method, it was an obvious choice. And, that was a bitter pill to swallow for me, because, I've been so public about XRP being a solid pickup. And then to see that happen, it was just like, why? So what do you do from here? And people asked, what do you do from here? I said, well, I'm holding on. I mean, hodl, right? At this point, the thing is so low from my cost basis during some of my pickups. I think this is also FUD, right? So that FUD is something in cryptocurrency. I teach you this in my Bitcoin Millions course, by the way. yourbitcoinnow.com, pick up my course, and you can learn all about this stuff. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm just a guy in a suit who just learned some stuff over the years, and I can teach you this. So yourbitcoinnow.com, pick up my Bitcoin Millions course. So I looked at the news as FUD, right? And you may be saying fun? No, it definitely wasn't fun when you see it go down like that. It's called FUD, F-U-D, as in dog, right? So FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubts. And it's a popular cryptocurrency term used in the space in order to explain, and sometimes explain away, why a cryptocurrency is going down, right? Why is certain news out about it at that specific time? And that FUD, right? I looked at it as FUD, the XRP thing, because I was like, SEC is investigating XRP and Ripple specifically, because XRP is just a token. You can't investigate XRP, but the SEC in the United States, the Securities and Exchange Commission, you saw them say, well, Ripple is actually selling XRP it's not just a token, it's a security. And there is a difference. And I'm not going to go too deep into the weeds with you about the difference between a security and a cryptocurrency. But when you securities are like stocks, right? And when you can't just sell a stock, you can't just be a guy off the street and say, hey, take my stock. It doesn't work that way. In order to sell a stock, you have to have certain licensing, and there are certain qualifications you need to go through. There are certain regulations you need to abide by, right? So if you don't do those things, what ends up happening? The SEC comes and knocking, and they say, "Hey, hi! So you're selling these XRP tokens as securities, and you don't have the licensing for that, and yeah, we're going to come after you now." And when the feds come after you, particularly the SEC, it's not a good look, which is why you saw the precipitous decline in XRP. Same reason why you saw Coinbase drop XRP as a token on Coinbase. And the Coinbase thing, if I could be honest with you, hugely bullish for me in terms of explaining why I thought XRP would be a good pickup in the midterm, meaning, you know, the run up to at least the 78 cents exit, right? So yeah, ultimately, it was a bitter pill to swallow for me. But that said, going back to FUD, right? So when you have FUD, it's considered news that is literally just meant to just tank the token or crypto short term or midterm, even long term, in order for people to get in and get a better position. So you have people who will get in and, okay, we're going to put this news out, we're going to tank the token or crypto, and once we tank this coin, then we'll be able to buy a better position in this coin. Now, I'm not saying that this is factual. I'm just saying this is what you see in cryptocurrency and what you hear people in cryptocurrency in the space say. Oh, news, that's FUD, right? And again, sometimes it's actually FUD, meaning it's just like BS. And then sometimes you see FUD, it's actually like salient news, right? There are times over the years where you've seen people say, "Oh, that's FUD," and I'd be like, "I'm not so sure that's FUD. I think that's accurate." Or as DJ Khaled says, "accurate." I always love saying that. But yeah, that's essentially what is going on with XRP. I'm thinking that all of this is much ado about nothing and it's FUD. Well, when I say much ado about nothing, I'm not saying that the SEC thing isn't real and legitimate. I'm just saying to you, doesn't pass the smell test because XRP is clearly not a security. It's not decentralized to the point that Bitcoin and Ethereum is. So SEC weighed in. You saw the SEC weigh in on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they said, are these securities? And they eventually came out and said, no, they're not securities. You see them as cryptocurrencies, which has been very bullish for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the top two coins in cryptocurrency. But you also have, coins that aren't decentralized like XRP have, and a company that you could actually look at. So Ethereum, it's largely decentralized. Like besides Vitalik, you don't have somebody, Vitalik, Vitalik Buterin, the guy who started Ethereum, the developer of Ethereum, so to speak. You don't have a company that you can go after and say, oh, you own Ethereum and you're the one and we're going to come after you. Bitcoin, the same. Satoshi Nakamoto, I teach you this again in my course, yourbitcoinnow.com. Satoshi Nakamoto is the founder of Bitcoin. No one knows who he is. You have many who believe that the name Satoshi Nakamoto is just a pseudonym for a group of developers, or even maybe your beautiful government's intelligence bureau, right? There's speculation that the CIA started Bitcoin, or that there are different MI6, I don't know, different organizations around the world started cryptocurrency. Again, not, it's all speculation because you don't know, right? You don't know the actual answer. But I say all that to say to you, XRP, you have a company you can look right at. You have plenty of information you can go after them with, and they own a lot of the tokens. So that is the deal with XRP right now. And in terms of the SEC, so the token tanked to a large degree price wise. I know people who've sold it off. I'm continuing to hold it because I do think that 78 cents can be hit. And, that's basically where I'm at with it. So what you saw happen over the weekend, just this insane week. I've been talking to you about everything going on in the US stock market. And, we're going to talk about the US stock market in a few. But you have this large swath of retail investors, mom and pop, Joe and Jill, Jack and Jane, your everyday person who doesn't know either a lot about the markets or knows nothing about the markets, and they're an expert, quote unquote. And when I say expert, I mean they're like, yeah, I'm gonna buy GameStop. Yeah, ride the wave. And I think a lot of those investors and retail investors, you're going to see them get hurt in the long run. I wrote a long Facebook post about this on on Thursday of last week. Today's Monday. Good morning. And yeah, I have my thoughts on it. And I think I'm gonna read that to you before we go today, because it was funny last Monday when I was here with you and I called it out at $68 because you saw it tank. It went all the way up to 159 GameStop, and then it eventually tanked down to 68. And I told you, and again, I teach you this in my course, how to locate support and resistance. There's a support level at $70. I said about that, and it's a good pickup from 68 because it's probably going to respect that $70 support, which it did on the 12-day. And you saw GameStop close at $80 on Monday of last week. Then you saw it go up to $400 later in the week, almost $500. Now that part is what scares me, because the psychology of crowds and everything in between, these things don't end well. What goes up must come down, and and I've told you this here, thank you for tuning in, by the way, but I've told you this here, you want your chart to kind of go like steps, diagonal, and across. Because if you were walking those stairs, right, they'd be easy to walk because they kind of go like this. If it goes straight up like this, how easy is that to walk? Well, I can't walk that because it just goes straight up. Okay, you're either going to mountain climb it. Do you know how to mountain climb? If you don't feel bad. I don't either. You have most people who don't know how to mountain climb. If you're not going to do that, you have to take an elevator up, right? Oh yeah, sure, elevator. That sounds a lot easier than mountain climbing to you. It sounds easier for me too. But what happens when you go up? You eventually have to come down. And when you come down, are you going to come down scaling the mountain like you're on this mountain climbing expedition? Or are you going to take the elevator down? Well, Ooch, I'm going to take the elevator down. Of course, it's the easy way to go. It sounds like the smart thing to do, and I could probably get down faster. Yeah, sure. Stocks, securities, crypto, any chart and technical analysis that you see, it works literally the same way. So if you have something go up steadily like stairs, right? When it comes down steadily because it's built support levels at each level that you've seen it go up steadily. When you see something go straight up in the air, it comes down, and it comes down like that. It doesn't typically, because there's no support built on the way up. There's no support built. So it becomes an elevator coming down. So this is why I think the whole GameStop thing that you're seeing is going to end badly for a lot of people, because you have people who are buying into this stock that was literally $4 last year. It's not in last June, so less than a year ago. And it's just, there are going to be people you're going to see who's going to get caught holding the bag. And, I'm sad for them now because they're essentially gambling. You have people who don't know anything about the stock market, which is okay. I have a course for you to take at yourbitcoinnow.com. Take my course, and again, I teach you. One of my students made $1,500 last week, and he did that in one day. Called me like frantic, like, I made $1,500 today, and I remember what you told me, just leave the table hot. And I said, yeah, you made more money today than most people will make in a month if you take the totality of the world. And you did that in a couple of minutes. So be proud of yourself and just go golfing, go be with your family, go have something to eat, just relax. You did it. Tomorrow's a new day. So yeah, again, yourbitcoinnow.com. I can teach you everything that I'm talking about here. So, the more you know, the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you earn. So the GameStop thing, I don't think is going to end well for a lot of people. Ultimately, I think you're going to see people get caught holding the bag. And if it came up from $4 or $17, where you saw this initial perk up by Wall Street Bets, and I talked to you about it last Thursday. You can check out the video here on Twitch. That is going to come down pretty fast. And it's not like the GameStop, the company, you saw it become this amazing company overnight. If the CEOs or the C-suite, so to speak, and their leadership, if they're smart, you'll see them cash in a lot of their current stock in order to juice up the company. So I'm not saying that they're going to cash it in for personal gain. You may see that happen too. What I'm saying is, it's like, okay, your stock has appreciated, you know, something like 900%, or 1,000%, you know, or not, I mean, 10,000%. No, did I say that right? It's more than 900%, way more. It's like 10,000% or something like that. Because 1,000% would be 10 times over, and it's 100 times over. You're seeing, you know, I haven't looked at the price yet today. I kind of want to just be surprised along with you. And no peeking, stay with us here. But yeah, I don't think the GameStop thing is going to end well for a lot of people, because you seem to go up 10,000%. It's not like the company's, you know, has been doing great. If you see their leadership be smart, they're going to cash in some of this, some of these returns. You're going to see them cash in order to just make sure they're a stronger company, that they have more money to lean on in order for them to grow going forward. Because you've seen them hit the lottery. I mean, Wall Street Bets just basically just picked game, unless there's something you and I don't know that's more nefarious. They basically were just plucked from obscurity, so to speak, and given this huge platform to grow on the backs of Redditors and then people who know very little about the markets. So yeah, it's very fascinating, everything that's happening. I'm going to weigh more into that. I'm going to share with you what I posted on Facebook the other day. On I think it was Friday I posted it. And also I'm going to post you some of the commentary too, or at least I'm going to explain to you some of what was said. I just want to wrap up the XRP thing real quick and just say to you, because, and this actually, I'm tying this all up pretty good for you. So what does this have to do with XRP? You jump from XRP to GameStop. Well, I did that because you have now this voracious appetite for the retail investor, whether they're in the stock market and they're more like, when I say the retail investor, I'm not talking about people who know absolutely nothing and they're reacting to what's happening. I'm talking about people who are on Reddit or on Telegram, and you see them in these subgroups and these small groups, and you see them just trying to put together a plan to juice up another stock or crypto. We saw this happen last week with Dogecoin, which is a meme coin. It's a joke coin. I have some Doge somewhere in a wallet that, you know, I forgot about in the 2017 when, you know, I was in crypto maybe for a couple of months. And I said, you know what? I like Doge. And at the time, Bitcoin was very slow, the network. So I liked Dogecoin because it just moved very fast. And, you know, I picked up some Doge just to have it, just in case I wanted to send cryptocurrency to somebody instead of the US dollar, instead of using PayPal or whatever was around 5 years ago. And that's that with Doge. You saw Dogecoin go up from like less than a penny to 7 cents over the course of a couple of days. That's not because Doge is all that great. And there's no Dogecoin. There's nothing like Ripple you see pushing Dogecoin. And it's, you know, essentially what happened, you had a group of retail investors just say, hey, Doge, that's going to be the next one we pump. And it went viral and it was trending on Twitter. And now you see this appetite for people in that space, the Wall Street Bets mentality, so to speak, where you see them just say, okay, let's pump something else. And XRP was the beneficiary of that thinking over the last couple of days. Now, you're seeing a huge sell-off today. I'm going to share with you my screen. Let's do this again of the sharing of the screen so you can see some of the chart. And this time I won't show you all of my Twitch business. It was so cool how it looked like, you know, how I went to infinity and stuff. That looks cool, but, you know, showing you my whole back office on Twitch. What am I doing? What am I doing? Good morning to you, by the way. We're live on Twitch and live on Clubhouse right now. If you're on Clubhouse, you can listen in as well. DJ UCH, that be me. And shout out to you for joining us on Twitch. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat and I will talk to you about them because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to chat to you and just give you a bit more information about what's happening out there in the markets. So we're looking at XRP on the 15-minute chart. Let's go out to the monthly. I like to take a satellite view when it comes to looking at these different tokens and stocks and just about anything on the chart. I like to take a more macro view. So we're looking at XRP on the monthly chart, and this is what always, not always, but happens quite often when I zoom in on these charts here on TradingView. It just does like a crazy extreme zoom in. It does that. Yes, we want to leave the page and we want to just do that again. But you see it's at 37 cents. It went all the way up to about 60 cents, I believe, according to the news out there. And wow, it was just 17 cents at the end of December. So, I mean, massive, massive move up. And XRP, I'm still bullish. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be a winner in the end, but FUD. And if you're just tuning in, I explained what FUD is a little earlier. We repost these on YouTube as well. So hello, YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, shout outs to you. You can get with us live on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJ Link is in the description. So XRP ultimately, it's at 38 cents now. And I'm just going to take a look at it on the monthly chart. I see that it hit just briefly when you and I looked just a couple of seconds ago. I saw that it's down to a support level on the 12-day and 26-day moving average. So we're at 38 cents now, just hovering over the monthly candle. It went to 75 cents. No, it didn't. It didn't go to 75 cents. It's saying that the high was 75 cents for the month. If it hit 75 cents and I missed that, I'm crying. And another extreme zoom in. I don't know what that is. Can we zoom out? I don't know, man. TradingView and my Mac don't necessarily go together a lot. Maybe if we do that. I don't know why it zooms in like that. It's just, now it's doing all kinds of craziness. I think we got the zoom out we wanted. Yes, look at that, success. That's what success looks like, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so this is XRP on Bitfinex. Okay, no wonder it hits that price. So this pricing that you're seeing is off of Bitfinex, which is it's a site where you see a lot of traders on there. And they're doing many things in order to juice the price. They're not your average Joe or Jane. They are seasoned to some degree, and you see them mostly be traders on there. You can, I think you can do options on Bitfinex as well, crypto options, which is very fascinating. And you can also short sell on Bitfinex if my knowledge perceives or my knowledge supports me the time of telling you about this. So just looking, I would love to look at XRP on Coinbase, but it's not on Coinbase. Ha ha ha. Okay, so this is the monthly chart for XRP. Here you have a support level at the 12-day and 26-day moving average, as I already told you. So these last few months, and you can see the dates hovering on the bottom of the screen. This is November, so an amazing November, went to 78 cents on Bitfinex. And actually in Coinbase, it went almost to $1. Now this, for you, was just before all the FUD that came out in December. So that is a big green candle. It finally had its breakout. And when you saw that, it was like, this is exactly what I called back in June. Let's look at June of 2020. Was this right here. You can see the open, the high, the low, and the close right here. I teach you this in my course. We're having a look at tradingview.com on XRP. It opened at 20 cents for June, and it went as low as 16 cents. And I just was bullish, especially after seeing what you saw on CNBC with the Ripple founder or CEO being on there talking about XRP, the token. I said, okay, I see you out here. I see you. Like you're still out here. You're not, you've not cut and run like many you see in the crypto space, or they'd be hiding, you're out here, and that news is bullish for, especially in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, when you see the CEO out there talking, whenever you see news in crypto, it tends to be bullish for that crypto. So I was like, yeah, all right, cool. Let's roll. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. And that's what we did. And you saw it have a very, very bullish run afterward. I mean, well, June was that. July was that. It went up to 25 cents, which for my 20 cents, when you have it at 20 cents and it goes up 25 cents, you have a 25% return. So already, boom, winner overnight. Now, I saw a resistance here. Did I say 78 cents? I think I was saying 78 cents all this time, thinking what the high was, at least what it went to for June. I actually meant 85 cents. Hi. Yeah, you can see that here on this Fibonacci. So this is a Fibonacci resistance right here. Once it passes this price, it will be a Fibonacci support level. But this is the ceiling of the price. You can see that it's made a couple of attempts to make it here from these upper wicks. Again, I teach you this in my course, yourbitcoinnow.com. Sign up for my course and you can learn this. So it had finally a very bullish pump back in November. And then December happened. And then that happened to the price. And it tanked. And actually, I teach you this. This is called tweezer bottoms, I believe. It's a certain candlestick pattern that that shows you exactly what's happening, meaning what you can expect going forward. So when you see these tweezer bottoms, this wouldn't be a tweezer bottom. I guess this would be a tweezer top. When you see the candle, basically, before these two candles mirror each other in size, bad news. Or let's not say bad news. You just know a reversal is coming. So it's been bullish, right? It's been bullish since June, right? Even March, because March went down to 11 cents. You saw on Ripple. 11 cents on XRP, that is. And it just, boom, went bullish. Now, once, obviously it's in an uptrend at this point. Once it gets to there and you see it hit there, it's like, okay, this mirrors that, and that means it's probably going to tank, which is what it did. And it's like, ooh, sad times. Now, this is January. In January, it did this. And it's saying, I guess, on maybe February 1st, meaning like today, because for January, the high was 51 cents. Now, let's look at the daily chart so we can look at the kind of daily gyrations of XRP over the last few days. Because like you saw this news come out and it was like, oh, that's interesting. But again, there's people that that I know that are like selling XRP left and right. I'm getting out. I can't believe I can't believe it. This is, and I get it. For me, it's just like, I'm just going to keep holding and just see what happens. You see Bitcoin extremely bullish. You see crypto extremely bullish, and XRP's kind of just been lagging behind. So it's not had its just due yet. And I do believe that day will come. So you've seen the last 3 days. Look, it's just been tanking here, or just kind of on this support here around 28 cents or so. There have been some gyrations, obviously, back here. Well, that was November. So let's look at, this is the bad week, or the week where things went south for XRP that you've seen. And then after that, for all of December, the rest of December, you've seen it just tanking. It was around 21 cents, 20 cents. Did I pick up any more XRP? I don't know if I bought the dip. I bought the dip at some point. I did pick up more XRP after the news, I feel like. I think I did. I'd have to look that up again. But yes, so during this period, I believe I did pick up some more. And because again, FUD, or at least that's what I'm thinking, it's FUD. And it's just kind of had this resistance at the 26th day. It's come down, resistance at the 12th day. And then boom! Boom, boom, boom. From 20, the thing almost doubled. It opened at 28 cents on January 30th, you see, and went to 51 cents on Bitfinex. And yeah, it started trending. I was like, ooh, Hello. Hi. Welcome back. Good to see you. And then the next day, you saw it go to, well, it's kind of stayed at that level. It leveled off a bit, had a bit of a retrace down to 38 cents, but closed the day at 49 cents. So I was just like, okay, so CXRP is back in that 40 to 50 cent range. Nice. Just needs another 40% on it to get up to where I'm trying to go, or at least 60%, because 84 cents I just showed you is the resistance on the Fibonacci. This day, I don't know what happened because I mean, again, XRP, I don't use Bitfinex. Shout out to Bitfinex, but I don't use them. And yeah, ultimately, actually, I was Bitfinex, all that stuff with options. I mean, you do see mostly traders on there. The more seasoned crypto personality you see using Bitfinex. But I was thinking of BitMEX. Yeah, a guy named Arthur, I forget his last name, is the one who runs BitMEX. So that's another site altogether. And that is like a casino because it's like all different types of financial tools for you to trade cryptocurrency options and shorting and leverage and you name it. There's a lot on BitMEX. So Bitfinex, different thing. And yeah, had it obviously went to 75 cents, which is again almost at that 85 cents or 84 cents resistance that I've been telling you about. So that is my exit once again. If the thing goes to pennies, well, it's already pennies. If the thing goes to like 3 Satoshis and I get caught holding the bag, it happens. I look at my downside and look at my upside potential and like, and that's what you do. You weigh your risk and reward when it comes to all of this in cryptocurrency. So, and not just cryptocurrency, in the stock market as well. You weigh your options. Get it? Shout outs to you being here on Twitch with us, and shout outs to you on YouTube watching as well. If you're on Twitch, jump in the chat and ask a question or two. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. And if you're listening on Clubhouse, or I see you listening on Clubhouse, shout outs to you too. You can chime in whenever you want to, whenever you want, whenever you want. So let's look at the US stock market. I'm going to also talk with you about I'm going to share with you what I said about GameStop. So I want to keep myself surprised. Just in full disclosure, I woke up at 7 a.m. and I have an intentional morning, or at least I always, not always, most days, especially work days, quote unquote, I wake up and I have an intentional morning where you don't see me just pick up my phone the first thing in the morning. I don't even look at my phone for texts or emails or chain letters, whatever you get on a phone. I don't look for any of that, at least for an hour and a half after I've woken up. And the reason why you see me do this is because I want to be intentional with how I start my day. I don't want to give my day to a bad email or somebody texting me nonsense or somebody, missed call from um, something business related. And like, oh, like you just wake up in this frazzled state when you do that. So for me, I prefer. I'll tell you what I prefer. I prefer to have an intentional morning where I start my day with some prayer. My dad gave me this really cool rosary. It takes about 3 minutes to do the whole rosary. Gave that to me around Christmas time. Love you, Dad. So I start with that. I read the Bible for 15 minutes. And then after that, I meditate for 20 minutes. Always phenomenal. After that, I will write in my gratitude journal. I'll just write a full page. I'm grateful for Twitch. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the stock market. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for food in my belly. I'm grateful for a roof over my head, and so on and so on and so forth. So I'll do that that typically lasts maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, I'll write a being journal. So if you've attended Psi seminars, if you haven't attended Psi seminars, what are you waiting for? You definitely got to attend. Your being is so important, and it's what reflects everything that you see in the world, how you're being. I could get more into details with you about that, but I won't right now, just for the sake of keeping things moving. So I'll write in my being journal for the previous day. I was being fearful at this time. I was being honest at this time. I was being vulnerable at this time. I was being trusting at this time, and so on and so forth. That takes about 10 minutes also. And then I will go into my goals for the day. So I have a notebook where I'll write my goals for the day, and you can create a goal book Totally suggest it to you if you're not doing one already. And then beyond that, I go for exercise. And that's typically when I'll take the dogs out running. And yeah, that's what I'll do. And just, and then I'll look at my phone. So I'll look at my phone just to put maybe the Nike Run app. I also look at my phone only to set the alarm um, for opening my eyes from my meditation. Because otherwise, I could meditate for hours. I love meditation. It feels so amazing, and you just sort out your thoughts really well. There's one of the dogs, if you can hear him, Mace in the background. He's barking as he likes to do. But yeah, that's how I start my day. So and then that brought me to like 8:30, and then I jumped in the shower because I was all sweaty, as you get from a run. And then I jumped on, I got dressed and I jumped on here with you. So, the amount of show prep I did really was just from knowing about XRP being crazy and anticipating you and I talking about GameStop and all the madness going on out there in the market. I've not looked at my text messages yet for the day. I've not looked at one email yet for the day. And I just feel amazing for it as a result. So something I suggest to you, an intentional morning. You don't have to do everything that I do, but ultimately I read on a meme, and I think that comes from a book, that the successful people in the world have an intentional way that they start the day. They start with, prayer and reading and meditation and exercise and all these different things. So I've remixed it for myself in the way that I've done, and it's phenomenal. So I say all this to you to say I've not looked at any of the prices of the stocks right now, except briefly at Baidu, which you saw with me here because I traded options on Baidu late last week. I took as a net maybe $10 loss. I was basically even on it, and most of that loss is trading fees on options. I opened an iron butterfly, and I teach you this in my options course that is soon to come. So I opened an iron butterfly on Thursday. I was gonna short GameStop, which I'm glad I didn't do, but I didn't like the options on them. I didn't like the pricing on it. So what I did ultimately was I went with Baidu, so that the options are very expensive. Shout out to Option Alpha for your tools. And yeah, that's what I went with. And it just, didn't really do much of anything. And I actually closed the trade by mistake. I wasn't even supposed to close it. It was maybe like an hour left in trading, and I closed it. And yeah, that's what ended up happening. I was like, I didn't mean to close it. And I got kind of annoyed, but then I saw that it didn't go where I needed it to go. So I actually would have been at about $100 loss, a little over $100, had I not closed that trade. So yeah, shout outs to mistakes and when they work for you. So I want to just read to you real quick what I said about GameStop and just my thoughts. So I posted this on Friday on my personal Facebook, because you had so many people ask me throughout the week, and because it went viral, went mainstream, and it's rare you see the stock market talked about by like everyone, unless you're talking about the greater index. For individuals to be so focused on one individual stock, and for to see it go from $68 last Monday when I was with you up to almost $500 in like 3 days. I gave you my elevator. I didn't give you my elevator pitch, but I gave you my elevator theory regarding technical analysis. And when you see a stock go straight up in the air like that, what goes up must come down. Goes up like stairs, comes down like stairs, goes up like a rocket, comes down like a rocket. There's a reason why you don't see rockets typically land. Shout outs to Elon Musk and SpaceX and all the technology out there that's soon to come. But typically you go up in an elevator straight up, you come down in an elevator straight up. And that may all be fun and games, but in the stock market, you're going to see people get hurt. And you're seeing GameStop go up like an elevator. Not supposed to work that way. So, and there's no fundamentals you see driving the price. So here are my GameStop thoughts. I'm just going to read to you what I posted on my personal Facebook. So GameStop thoughts. This GameStop mania that you're seeing is now a media story, and it's fascinating to watch. I found it quite funny when the price hit $68, and I called this out on my Twitch stream Monday. I called out that price level. It was funny then, and the $159 was funny as well. But when you saw GameStop become go from a financial news story into a mainstream news story and trending everywhere. It's taken on a different kind of life that I frankly feel is dangerous. Dangerous in terms of your financial well-being. Sure, you could see it go up to $3,000 or even $30,000 from here. Who knows? But you're not seeing market fundamentals drive this run. It's all FOMO, it's all hype, it's all greed, it's all curiosity, and it's all people just having fun. The fun will end for you at some point, though, because that's how markets work and bubbles burst. I'm not touching this stock at the most. I may sell call options at some point because this thing will go down eventually. And I put will in caps. It will go down eventually. And unfortunately, a lot in caps of people will get hurt financially. Please don't let that be you. There are no fundamentals driving this rally. So just please be careful. This is not financial advice on my part. I'm just posting because I've been asked about GameStop a lot. And I was asked a lot last week for sure. So here you have my thoughts. Who knows where you see the price go? It could go to the moon from here, but my training tells me that this is all gambling at best. If you want to learn the stock market for real, inbox me and you can take my course. My students are up $2,000 plus and have not yet finished the lessons. Your real opportunities are waiting for you. Good luck to you. And again, please be careful. Hashtag GameStop, hashtag stocks. So I wanted to post that for people because it's exactly what I think. My boy Mark in the comments said that exactly to a bunch of my peeps, and the government is coming in to sort it out. My homie Curtis, who shout outs to Curtis, DJ C. Atchison here on Twitch. If you're with us on Twitch right now, he's actually one of the streamers in my suggested streamers, I believe. So he said, I really wanted to connect the rise of GameStop stock to something that looked like an actual business model move that made them bigger players in the video gaming industry or tech. When I realized there was nothing of the sort that could have stimulated that rapid growth, I decided not to go any further. The fact that some people on Reddit can create a bunch of memes, speculate from them, and stir up hype might be mildly entertaining, and it is. But once this whole thing corrects itself, the aftermath is going to be messy in all caps. That's what I would try to avoid at all costs, regardless of what side some people choose to be on this issue. Gotta admit, though, to wake up and see a stock that was once $2 swerve about $300 so quickly reminded me of how I wanted to buy Apple stock in the 90s, and it was only $5. This was right before they released their first iMacs and iPods, which changed the game for them forever. Years later, I look back at how I allowed so many people to talk me out of it. Oof. Friends, you got to be careful who your friends are. And how I should have just went with my gut instincts instead. And you know what? I could speak to that as well. I have expert friends who told me in 2015 when Bitcoin was $200, it's fake money. Don't waste your time. Friends, gotta be careful who your friends are and who you take advice from. But back to Curtis and what he was saying. But even on that scenario, the growth was gradual and there was something of substance you could connect it to. So he's saying that with the Apple thing, it wasn't just all memes and hype. There was actual something there to the company, and he believed in Apple way back then. And ultimately, he was right. Only he just didn't participate in its rise via the stock. So my friend Karen, who I know from Sci Seminars, she said, "This is not my wheelhouse." She's a realtor, by the way, Karen. She's a real estate background. "This is not my wheelhouse, but I haven't seen fundamentals drive much of the stock market in the last 12 months. Yes, thank you, Karen, for that. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? I haven't replied, actually. I only replied to Mark. I said, we'll see where it goes, Mark. Happy for those who made money and concerned for those who get stuck holding the bag. Okay, so my homie Matt, he tagged our friend Bones in his comment. He said, this is what I've been telling you, broski. Market manipulation, stock isn't going up because of fundamentals. And Bones said, I never said anything about the fundamentals. I was saying it was whack that companies like Robinhood were stopping you from trading whatever side you're on. If you're willing to take the risk, then so be it, if you ask me. And, I kind of understand that, free market libertarian stride that Bones has taken on this. I also understand Robinhood's reasons for halting any trading of it, or at least halting trading of it if you don't have exposure to it already. So if you already own the stock, you can sell it, but they're not allowing you to buy it on their platform. They probably have, I mean, they're part of Wall Street, Robinhood. They may be for you, the retail investor, but ultimately they're a part of the system. And if you have people on the system leaning on you behind the scenes, and I'm not saying that's what's happening, but that's kind of what I saw them halt trading as. It's just like, well, why would you halt trading? I would guess you'd have people in the Wall Street community breathing down your neck, and you're like, yeah, man, party's over. You're going to have to just shut this down because we don't want any regulations coming down on us. We don't want to get screwed by our partners. And we don't want to piss people off who we work with on a regular basis. All these, people who've come in, Johnny come latelys and Jill come latelys to the stock and to our platform. We love you too, but we know ultimately where our bread is buttered. Yes, I almost said butter is breaded, but that wouldn't make any sense. So that's what Bones said about Robinhood. And his sentiment is shared by many, by the way. There's a lot of people upset with Robinhood. My friend Melissa said, well said. I thought it was nuts when it went from 20 to 40 in a day and didn't touch it then with the high RSI. So Melissa knows her stuff. It's definitely much more appealing as a short now, but I won't risk it either! Exclamation point. But I'm not a fan of new regulations being put on stocks now in lieu of this. Yeah, I'm not a fan of new regulations either because of this mania. Hulkamania running. I just wanted to say that. Okay, so we're live on Twitch. Shout outs to you. We're also live on Clubhouse, and I'm going to take a look at where the price is at. We're seeing that XRP is actually at 40 cents now. So yeah, XRP is the little engine that would. And there's a support here. I'm going to just share my screen with you real quick. Bienvenidos, bienvenue. Pleasure to have you here with us here on Twitch, Talk Finance, and on YouTube too, and on Clubhouse. We talk finance every Monday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, coming to you live from my studio in Las Vegas. So 40 cents almost. XRP was 40 on the dot just before I showed this to you. And XRP is just messing with me because they're like, oh, you're saying we're 40 cents, huh? Boom. And the Bears knock it down a bit. Back to 39. All good. Okay, so let's have a look at where GameStop is today. And I wanted to save this for the end. I'm sure you already know, but I just want to kind of react. You know how those reaction videos are big. Seeing it's a very Green Day in the market, a lot of Green Day. Green Day is also a great band. But yeah, Green Day in the market, a lot of green. Looking on my watch list here. Look at Kodak up to $10. S&P 500 up about 2% today. I have a call option on 400 strike on SPY. Yes. And it expires March 19th. So are we going to hit 4,000 in S&P 500 before March 19th? Probably not. So it's probably a good time for me to sell the 4,000 options so I can keep some, so I can make some money on this. I mean, the thing went absolutely bonkers, especially late summer last year. You saw it just go up exponentially. I think I was up maybe like 1,500% or something like that. It's more than that. It's like 2,000% I was up on the option, and things have kind of leveled off now. And now it's starting to decay faster. Obviously, I teach you all this in my options course, which is soon to come. Join my Bitcoin course now and join my stock course now. You can do that at yourbitcoinnow.com. Stock website coming soon too, yourstocksnow.com. Yes, we're hustling in the 2021. Okay, so we're going to react now. It's all the way at the bottom of my watch list. I see gold is up 1864. We're going to react. Drum roll, please. Where is GameStop? Ooh, look at that. Down 24% today, down to 248. GameStop. So it looks like it opened at 316, which means it gapped down because, well, let's see, it closed at 325. So it gapped down only $9 today, which is not bad. When I say gap down, I mean it closed, or actually it opened in pre-market just slightly below where it closed the previous trading day. So those are called gap up and gap downs. I teach you this now, but you should definitely take my stock course. But a gap up is when, let's say, a stock closes at $5 Friday. Today in pre-market, before the market opens, it's at like $7. It's like, ooh, it's gapped up 40% in the pre-market trading because it's gapped up $2 higher than it closed on Friday. So $2 out of 5 is 40%. So it's just like, wow, what's happened here? Because that's not typically normal. If it closed at $5 on Friday, you'd likely see it, maybe pre-market at 525, which will also be very big, or maybe 507 or 493. You'd see it way closer to the previous closing price. Maybe if it's gapped up one, or gapped down, it's gapped up 1 or 2%, 3%, either way. So the $9 is only 3% difference between where, I don't know exactly where the pre-market is at, but it says 316 here. So that's typically where I go with in terms of pre-market and indicating to you where it opened and what happened. So not a big difference, but a big difference in the day. Let's look at the hourly chart to kind of see the health of GameStop. Oh, look at that pickup there. I mean, that's textbook 50-day moving average support. I teach you about this in my course, and I've talked to you about this many, many times here on Twitch. Last Thursday, I talked to you about it. Last Monday, I talked to you about it. This right here is a great pickup at this level, just to see it come down. It didn't quite touch the 50-day moving average, so those who had maybe a buy order at $200 missed out because it only went down to about 213. And the market has fake outs. This is what the market does. That's why the market is very valuable. So that's what happened. Textbook 50-day resistance. It did this on the 28th, which I believe was, I don't remember what day it is, but yep, just continuing to show that support. And at that 213, if you picked it up and you're at 247 now, well, you're doing quite well for yourself, aren't you? See, I'm not seeing the price move, so I don't know if it got halted at this point. Definitely has had a crazy day. Not moving much, but got 2 minutes left here in the show. Let's look at AMC. AMC is continuing to hold up strong. That EXPI that I showed you last Thursday, look at that. It's up 6% today. I'm going to pick some of that up today as well. Seeing Nokia is up 7% today. So very interesting. I'm wondering what's happening in the news. GPS is one of my positions. Waiting for that Kanye West deal for the GPS, and I think I told you about this already. So I'm ready to dump GPS. I'm up quite a bit because I picked up GPS at about $12 initially, and it's now at 2029. So phenomenal. And I'm just waiting for that Kanye West Yeezy line to show up in the Gap stores. And when you see that happen, I think for my Pickens method and for my estimation, you'll see another appreciation in the price. Maybe another, let's look at the Gap stop real quick. This is Gap on the hourly. So it's, it's doing okay. Not great, but okay. On the daily chart, oof, that doesn't look great. Huge dump down below the 50-day. This was back in November, went up to like $27 at one point. I think it might be there, but it's come down steadily. I think it's just because it had such a high run up. Now it's just retracing that move. And speaking of move, I'm gonna move on to saying goodbye to you because the hour just flew by. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, there's 50-day. I could talk about this all day, by the way, as you can see. But there's 50-day resistance there that is not blown through yet. And, it's in a long-term downtrend going back from the 90s where you saw it at an all-time high. So that's the gap. And shout outs to Yeezy. Shout outs to you for being here, too. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to just check to make sure. Oh, I see some talk about Doge. Mona Lisa. Hey, Mona. How are you, Mona? Mona wants me to talk about Doge. I talked about Doge earlier in the show, actually. So all you have to do, Mona, is just re-watch the show. We're a minute over now, but it's okay. I don't think this is my late to finish. I can talk forever if I want here. But yeah, we do this for an hour every Monday and Thursday. So shout outs to you, Mona Lisa, in the chat. I'm just gonna say talked about Doge in the show today. Please rewatch. And with the smiley face. We love smiley faces because we love to smile at our friends here. Yeah, oh man, I got on too late. Well, we'll see you on Thursday, and we'll talk about Doge then and see what gyrations you see in the market then. And also make sure you're on time. Yes, we start at 9 a.m. Pacific. 9 a.m. Pacific. 9 a.m. Pacific we start. Ooh, I started at 9:01 today on Twitch. So technically this is an hour. And it's been a pleasure sharing this hour with you. Thank you so much for being here. It's 10:02 now, so thank you for being here. Thank you for being with us on Clubhouse and on Twitch. YourBitcoinNow.com. That is the way to go for you to learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you know, the more you grow. Shout out to you on YouTube as well. Thank you for being here too. And yeah, God bless and take care. I will see you here on Thursday live on Twitch. Have an amazing week. I'll see you soon.